Hello, everyone. It is me, Madam Pamita. This is our Tarot for Kindness, our once a week, every Sunday after we do the live magic Q&A tea party. We come on over here and we do tarot readings. Hey, that's in front of my mouth. It's weird when it's one big screen and like everything gets covered. That's all right. It's being funny. I didn't mind it being down there. Anyway, Love Witch is like taking it easy tonight, and we got to give the Love Witch a little break, right? So she's behind the scenes. She's going to be working behind the scenes and relaxing, and I am going to be out here doing the readings. So what I'm going to be doing is tarot readings for $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. I'll explain all about that. But this is the thing. Usually we have me and another person from the Parlor of Wonders, and I do the tarot readings, and then the other person does oracle cards or charm casting or astrology or something else. And I've been a little envious of you guys being able to do all the other things besides tarot. You know, tarot is beautiful, amazing, important, but I always do this the same old thing, right? So I thought today I've been thinking about like this wonderful deck that I just love so much, which is the Making Magic Oracle. I love this deck. So I'm going to be doing tarot readings with the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. I love this deck. This is kind of my beautiful go-to deck for right now. Afterwards, I'm going to be going through the Making Magic Oracle, and I'm going to be intentionally pulling a special image for you afterwards that you can use. So meaning, like, let's say, you know, here's the tree of life, true wisdom and making good choices in life, right? So I'm going to show the image, and then later on you can come back, or even, you know, after I do the reading or while I'm doing the reading, if you want to take a picture with your, you know, screen grab, or if you want to take a picture with your phone, but you can take a picture of that image and then use that image in your magic. So I'm going to give you a special symbolic image that you can use. Pretty cool. This is such a cool deck. I use it, and I mean, you can use it as an oracle deck, but I really use it. I love using it intentionally to like put like a sigil or a symbol on something. And it's such a wonderful, wonderful deck for that. So you'll get plenty of that today. So the Making Magic, I'll be doing Relative Tarot, and I'll be doing an extra bonus Making Magic Oracle symbol sigil for you that you can use in your magic. How do you use a sigil in your magic? Well, you can take that screenshot, print it out, and, you know, take that, or you could take that screenshot and you could copy the design, like write the design on something. You know, it's pretty cool how you can work with it. Then you can carve it in a candle, or you can take that piece of paper that you copied it on and put it underneath a candle, or put it in a charm bag, or carry it with you, put it in your wallet, put it underneath your pillow. I mean, there's so many things that we can do with those little slips of paper. But these wonderful, wonderful sigils and symbols are so powerful. So I'll be pulling one intentionally from there and also doing the tarot reading. So something special for today. So let me explain a little bit about what we're doing. Hold on just a second and I'll pull this up so I will explain it to you. Hold on. I got to do one thing. Oh my goodness, I can't find anything. I can't find anything. All right, here's what we're doing. I'm going to change one thing because I've been meaning to do it to over 300 seniors. Okay. There we go. I fixed it finally. Something I've been meaning to fix for months. All right. Let's put this in there. All right. Let's get that going and let me share this with you. So what is it that we are doing? Well, let me tell you. This is called Tarot for Kindness. Tarot for Kindness is our weekly get-together where we help feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in the full-scale invasion that is still happening. And Ukraine is making some real good strides in like defeating the infrastructure of the army of Russia. They are attacking military targets. They're doing beautiful work to like get rid of these, you know, machines of war, right? That are causing so much death and destruction. As a result, Russia is coming back and again bombing civilian targets. Ukraine is not bombing civilian targets, they're bombing military targets, but Russia is bombing civilians and killing civilians. So, anyway, if you are not watching the news, if you've been overwhelmed with all the US news, which there's a lot of it, and you haven't been seeing what's going on in Ukraine, Russia is retaliating with really, really heavy bombing in cities like Kyiv, and it's just pretty horrible. So, amongst all this, people are trying to still survive, live their lives, stay in place, shelter in place. And our partners at Subotin Harbor provide groceries to seniors, many of whom are disabled and, of course, can't leave the house or can't even, get a job or something like that. And they're living on very, very small pensions. And oftentimes they have the horrible decision to make of like, do I get food or do I get medicine? Do I get food or do I get electricity? I mean, those kinds of situations. So they provide 2 weeks worth of groceries, which costs about $40 for over 300 seniors every month. This is a small grassroots organization that has really expanded. When we first started working with them, I think they were at 100. Now they're over 300 seniors each month that they're helping. So my partners and I, today it's just me, do readings live for $10 per card for the tarot card, and we throw in something extra for free. We do this on YouTube every Sunday after the Q&A or workshop at around 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to make sure that you know about the Tarot for Kindness, simply hit that subscribe button below and hit the notifications bell. So if you are on your computer or on your phone or otherwise looking at a screen, a little gentle reminder will come up and let you know that I'm going live. And if you have the time to join me, you'll join me. It'll be great to see you here. You can get a reading, and of course you can just stick around to watch. Now, if you're like, boy, what is this Q&A or workshop? Well, let me tell you, we have every Sunday before we come over here for Tarot for Kindness, we have a live magic Q&A tea party. It is absolutely free every Sunday except for the first Sunday of the month. Because I teach a workshop on the first Sunday of the month. That's the workshop, the Slavic Sundays workshop that we teach on the first Sundays. But every other Sunday of the month, as long as I'm in town, we have a free live magic Q&A tea party, and I answer your questions about magic, and we're doing giveaways during that, which are pretty cool. So that takes place every Sunday, except for the first Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. It's absolutely free to join us. All you have to do to get the link to join is sign up at spellsquad.com or use this QR code. Once you sign up, you'll get a bunch of goodies, including the link to join me on Sundays for the live magic Q&A tea party. Not only that, got to give one wonderful extra about this. Every Sunday, we've been doing this last week and we did it this week. We are doing a witchy book giveaway. Every live magic Q&A tea party, we are going to be giving away a free magic book courtesy of our favorite witchy publishers. If you want to win, do you want to win? All you have to do is show up at the live magic Q&A tea party in the Zoom room. Yes, you can watch the live magic Q&A tea party over on YouTube, but that's a stream. You need to be in the room so that we can see your name so that you can win. At the end, we spin the wheel and we announce a winner. No purchase is required to win, but you must be in attendance. And if you've placed an order at the Parlor of Wonders over the weekend, we will add your book to your order and cover the shipping. If you haven't placed an order, we'll give you a coupon for the book and you'll just pay for the shipping to have the book sent to you. So there you go. Some fun things going on. All right, so let's get back to our feed here. Wonderful. We've got 3 readings that I'm going to start with. First is Devon, then Jessica, then Beverly. If you'd like to get a reading, how do you do it? All you have to do is go to if you see in the chat, or you can see this QR code here. There we go. You can pay $10 per card on Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat. Super Chat is the button down below with the little $ emblem, or you can get a reading by sending that money over Venmo or sending it over PayPal. Those are the 3 methods, right? Once you do that, come back onto chat. Let us know how much you donated. So we know I know how many cards to pull for you, where you donated. So we know where to look it up. So we make sure that everything went through and there was no hiccups or anything. And then let me know your question, what question you have. Question could be, I want to know about a specific situation, whatever. Or if you want a general reading, maybe you don't have any particular thing going on right now, and you'd like to just get a general reading for the week ahead or the month ahead or something like that, you can do that. So that's pretty simple. That's what you're gonna do. If you want those links, you can look at the link, of course, over here, but you can also go look in the chat down below or to the side or wherever it is for you. And in the chat at the top will be the links and where to make those payments over Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat. You don't have to have a link. You just go to that button down below. All right, so our first reading is going to be for Devon, then we're going to have Jessica, then we are going to have Beverly. And if you'd like to get in, you can do that too. All right, so Devon, I know what Devon wants. Devon's a regular. Oh, $50. I'm needing a little more than the regular today. Devon, you're so wonderful. So Devon, we say it's like cheers here. And Devon's a regular, Jessica's a regular. We got a lot of regulars that show up and get a reading every week. And we're so grateful to you. Your generosity is amazing. And just to come and hang out with you is really amazing. And do a reading for you, of course, is really amazing. So Devon says, I'm usually is 4 cards. And she says, I'm feeding a full granny, which I love. So feeding those grannies in Ukraine. But today we're feeding a granny and a quarter. So that's pretty awesome, Devon. Thank you so much. So usually the regular is what's up for the week ahead. Devon says, I need a little more than the regular today. All righty. I was thinking about you, Devon, today because I want us to plan a retreat together. We have to have a meeting. I have this beautiful spot for retreats, and I want to do a retreat. I kind of go back and forth. I was like, should I do it in a cruise? Should I do it in a beautiful spot in California? Should we plan for it? So yeah, I think there's some things in the works. It's back on my mind again, Devon. All right, let's take a little look here. I'm going to reach out to you, Devon, and we'll hook it up. We'll have a meeting and we'll talk about it. All right. Oh my gosh, big week, beautiful week for you. Love it. Oh my gosh, big, beautiful week for you. This is good. I think you needed to have the 5 cards, and you need to have all this good stuff coming your way. So this is like fresh energy. I love the freshness of this week because we have 2 pages that came up. The pages represent young, fresh energy. I feel like there's going to be new excitement, new optimism this week from the other cards that are surrounding it, which are all major arcana cards. And they're all big, positive major arcana cards. So that's why I say this week is going to be, you're going to be refilled this week rather than being drained. I get a sense that this week it's going to refill you. The first card, you're going to laugh, Devon, is the Lover's card. Lover's card showing up. This card, Lover's card, can be about partnerships of all kinds, right? But it can also, of course, be about romantic partnerships as well. To be open to those romantic partnerships coming in, to be open to people coming into our lives, romantic and platonic, these wonderful partners, whether they're friends, whether they're family members, loved ones, or romantic partners. You want to really be in this week open to people coming in. I also get this feeling, there's an interesting quality with the Lover's card of partnership. Partners are there to help us when we are needing that support. And I feel like this is like after whatever it was that was going on, you are going to activate that beautiful support in your life. Like and this is showing up at the beginning. So I really feel like this week is going to start out with that support coming in. Good people being around you, good people that are, really care. And all you have to do is ask for that support. Like, let people know what you need. I think this is super important. Oh, yeah. Well, your readings kind of showed a little bit of up and down for sure, but this is really, really beautiful. This is like smooth sailing, beautiful week. So here's the message of Lover's card: partnership of all kinds, right? Um, I think sometimes we suffer in silence, right? We don't tell other people, not that I'm saying like unload. We don't necessarily need to unload, or we might not feel comfortable unloading, but we do need to ask for what we need from other people, right? We do need to ask, like, if you are feeling depleted, I could really use a pep talk right now, right? Instead of just wishing that someone would give us a pep talk, we can ask for a pep talk, right? If we need to have somebody like, help around with our work at work, or help around the house, or we need just some good time to just kick back and relax. We cannot know, people necessarily don't pick up the signals that we need that, and we need to ask for that. I think that's a really important part of this too, is asking for what you need. Ask for what you need. There's a book I often recommend. This book. This book is an old book. It's been around for probably 20 or 30 years now at this point, called The Aladdin Factor. It's about asking for what you need. That's all it is. Like, just like you ask a genie, like the genie in the lamp, you ask the genie in the lamp, what do I need this, bring me this, or whatever. You need to ask for of others what you need. They can't be expected to read your mind or read your signals, although we might want them to. So spelling it out is a good thing. I need you to help me with this, or I need some help with this, or I need some time off, or I need this, whatever. I need a break. I need whatever. You need to tell people what you need, and then they're going to comply. You're such a light in this world. People are going to be like, oh my gosh, they're going to get something out of helping you. That's the other thing to remember, is that people like to help. Good people like to help. And so when we can help someone, it's always like a blessing to the person that's the helper as much as it is a blessing to you. So just remember that. So yeah, ask for what you need. Second, Page of Wands energy. Page of Wands, full of fire. Fire energy, passion, enthusiasm, optimism, young, fresh energy. So I really see this week, if you play it right this week, and I really feel like bring other people in, right? That's the first message, is to bring other people into our life. Then Page of Wands is about, I feel like excited about things. I feel energized. I feel like I have new energy. I feel like I can take it on. I can do good things, right? This is a beautiful card for that. So I feel like this part, when we start to ask for what we need and not be ashamed of asking for what we need, or not be ashamed for always holding it together or suffering in silence, we can ask for what we need. And then you're going to feel balanced again. You're going to feel refreshed. You're going to feel like you can take on the challenges, or not take on the challenges and relax, or whatever it is, but you are going to be able to do it. Now, third card is the Fool card. So Fool card energy is also very fresh and young and revitalized. So Fool is like on a new path, right? To be open to the new path. Open to the new path. Fool card says, step out in faith, right? Step out in faith. When we see this card here, well, it has a little dog, but it doesn't really show us like what the Rider-Waite shows us, which is the sun is shining. All is well. I mean, this guy looks very optimistic, this beautiful dancer holding his rose and looking so positive, optimistic, young, energetic, and confident, right? So it's to step out on the path with positivity and confidence. Believe in your ability to create and manifest and make and have everything that you need. But asking is part of it, right? Asking is part of it. Page of Pentacles. Again, a beautiful page. Get so much young energy in this wonderful reading, right? Page energy, again, young energy. Page of Pentacles is a new path. Page of Pentacles also represents paths to health, right? So that health is really good. We feel grounded because we feel healthy and strong. I mean, this is like both these together are like strength, energy, health. I mean, all of that. So I do see like that if things have been tough, if things have been hard, if you have been depleted, if you have felt defeated, this is an energy of like, oh, I've got this new grounding. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel like I've got my feet on the ground. And that even a little beautiful magical fairy needs to sometimes have their feet on the ground. They got to rest on a petal or a leaf somewhere, right? So even if we are all that air energy and we are up in the air and we're thinking of amazing things and doing everything and multitasking and all those things, the energy of the page of pentacles kind of has that young playfulness of that air energy, right? But it brings it back down the ground so we can have some rest, we can have some recuperation, we can feel better and we feel revitalized. It's a beautiful card for being on a new path of health and wealth. You know, that's the other part of this, which is this. She's got her foot on that, by the way. Talk about feet on the ground. She's got a foot on the ground and a foot on that big gold coin. So it's to remind you that the things that this tumultuous time that you have been through is not the way it's going to be going forward. There are new beginnings all through this. So I do see this new, fresh, very positive new beginning this week, really and truly, like getting to that place of expansive wealth, health, optimism, passion, creativity, and all of that. Moon card is our fifth card. Look at, she's so happy sitting on that moon. Party girl, man. She's got a bottle of champagne and a beer. Two-fisted drinker there. I'm not advocating drinking beer and champagne. Well, a little bit of champagne, but a little bit of beer, just not together, right? So moon card energy is inviting you to step onto the path without having to see the destination. I know you're a Gemini. As a Gemini, you can do this for sure. It's like, I'm going to have this new experience. Let me have this new experience. This experience is going to bring me blessings. So whatever you've been dealing with that has been so difficult, so hard, what I see is that getting through this time, you're going to come out on the other side pretty quickly of it. And we really see a movement on that this week. But key things to remember. You have to have faith and trust. That shows up in both the Fool and the Moon. It's like you have to get into that optimism of the Page of Wands and the optimism of the Fool and step onto the path and know that all is well. And then we get to that partnership part where we don't have to travel alone on our path, but we do have to ask others for what we need. I almost feel this is a little like a fairy tale. Fairy tale energy is like you have to go accomplish something. You're on a path and you have to accomplish something, right? Whether it's, I don't know, vanquishing the dragon or, I don't know, stealing the fire from Baba Yaga or whatever it is that you have a mission to accomplish, right? But along that path, in many, many stories, fairy tales and folk tales, we see that the heroine or the heroine or hero has to ask, hey, this little bird, I'm giving you some bread. And then the little bird comes and helps them. I need your help. They can call on that bird. You built so many beautiful relationships. It's now time to ask people for what you need. It is absolutely time to ask people for what you need. People are not mind readers. And sometimes we don't even know what we need, right? Sometimes we don't know. So we need to do that examination. What do I really, really, really need right now? And then ask for that. Let people know what you need. People are there to help you. I feel like that first card of that Lover's card, it's like people are there around you. So we just need to ask for what we need, right? So it is good stuff. You could use some good stuff. You got some good stuff. I love that. So beautiful. Thank you so much. I've got to pull your Making Magic Oracle card. Here we go. I'm waiting for my partner to do something. All right, so I'm going to pull that card that you need. One might be it. Let me see really quick. Okay. I like this one for you. Goddess. Okay, I'm going to put it so it's not glaring my ring light. There we go. This is healing. It says healing feminine energy. That's a lot what you need right now. Just some beautiful healing energy. So take a screenshot of that or go back to the video later on and you can take a screenshot or you can take a photo with your phone, whatever. And then copy this image. You can carve it into a big pillar candle. You could draw it on a piece of paper and just invite this beautiful, wonderful, healing feminine energy into your life of the goddess. So beautiful. Love that. All right. Or just look at it. Print it out and look at it. Just it's a beautiful thing to do. All right. Thank you so much, Devon. Thank you. Thank you. Jessica is next, then Beverly. And Beverly added to her donation. So she's going to have 2 cards. All right. So Jessica, what do we have for Jessica? Thank you so much, Jessica. $40 and fees for PayPal. I suggested a new career path to my husband. Was it intuition or just a random thought? If we pursue, would the change serve both of us? Yes, let's take a look and see. I got a message from your guides, and I'm going to see what cards pop up, but I got a message about this. Sometimes the guides will come in and they'll say, wait, we want to be heard. We've got this channel. We've got something to say about this. That sometimes will happen. Okay, let's take a look and see. Yeah, it's confirmed in this for sure. For sure. Okay. So what your guides were, I'm going to say what the guides were saying, then I'm going to show you the cards. So what the guides were saying is, I want you to think of that new career path for your husband as planting a seed. And it's maybe planting a seed for a tree rather than planting a carrot seed or something like that. So when we plant a seed, we do not expect, like if we plant a seed for a mandarin orange tree, I didn't plant a seed. I planted a little mini tree, but it's growing in my backyard, right? So if I plant that mandarin orange plant, right, in my backyard, it's not even a seed, it's a plant. It's, 3 feet tall. I do not have the expectation that I'm going to have oranges this summer, right? Because that would be a disappointment. I'm not going to get oranges this summer. That's not going to happen, right? It's too soon for that. But does that mean I don't water the plant? I don't pay attention to the plant? I don't fertilize the plant? No, of course, I'm doing that for the future. And that's what your guides were saying about this situation, is that you've planted a seed and you need to let that seed grow in its own time. Everything that I'm seeing here is not about taking big moves or big steps toward the new career, but to let that seed grow and blossom and develop at its own pace, right? I see some things that need to happen before that career shift can be made. But let that take root, nurture it. Both you and your husband nurture that idea, but also have patience with that idea. It's going to be something that pays off later, not right away, right? Just like planting my tree, it'd be weird for me to expect to have an orange a month. Well, I planted it in March, but a couple months, it's still growing, but I still nurture it. I know that it's going to come to fruition. And that's what I get here. So the first card that we have showing up is the 9 of Swords. So 9 of Swords is a card of anguish. It's a card of worry and anxiety and, all of this stuff. So I do feel like that perhaps The current job is a motivator for making this change. The current job is not making him happy. The current job is causing him some anxiety. But that does not mean that we need to like jump ship right away. It may be a change in job in the same career is the first step, just to get out of the anguish situation, to get out of that anxiety, worry, and upset and all that's going on. So it may be a similar job for right now that needs to change just to sort of tide him over till he gets to that career change. So let's not take that off the table, that there's some job change rather than career change at first. But I definitely see a lot of motivation for making a change because of this anxiety, worry, and stress. It's just like can be stress and worry in the job. Second card is Queen of Swords. So this Queen of Swords is decisive, focused, right? But also wise, right? So this decision has to be made with wisdom. So again, it's not a impulsive thing to do. We're not looking at Page of Swords, which is very impulsive. We're looking at the Queen of Swords, which is like, I'm going to weigh all the options. I'm going to look at the pros and cons. This also may take some time, right? So for, let's say, for example, to make the career change, he has to go back to school or he has to get some additional training. So that change cannot happen very quickly. And he has to look at like, okay, if I do this extra training or I do go back to school, does it benefit me in the long run? I've got to look at the pros and cons. So the pros and cons of both staying in this current career and switching careers should be looked at. And it's a logical, rational thing, not an emotional thing. So again, I feel like this first card of Nine of Swords is like, I gotta get out of here, right? I gotta get out of here. I gotta get into I think it's not so stressful. But the second card is saying, hey, don't just jump and hastily make that change. I'm all about jumping into things. I'm 100% of my life been like, I'm going to just do this thing and I jump in. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, right? So in this situation, it is asking you, so I have nothing against doing these impulsive things, but it is asking you to be very methodical and very logical about making this change and this choice. And then you will get that good result. I don't think he's very clear right now on making this change. Five of Wands is like just being pulled in too many directions. That could also be the job. It could be chaotic or not organized. But I also think there's a little bit of unclear, unfocused energy within him. So I think this clarity is going to come, and that's going to help the situation. But with Five of Wands, you're being, it's like, I'm not sure I want to do that. He is not really sure. So I think that you need to have that list of pros and cons. You need to think about it. You need to make a plan and almost like be very methodical, like project manage the plan. Okay, I need to go do this training and it's going to take me 9 months, or I need to do this and that's going to take this amount of time. Like do a real project management about this transition to make this transition. And then that will resolve this conflicted feeling within him. Like I don't think he's clear himself about making this change yet. Again, with some rational logic and some clear guidelines and all that very cerebral left brain kind of logic stuff, it will then become clear for him, because that's what Queen of Swords is, super clear, but it comes from being very logical about it. Last card is the Justice card. Great card. This is a fantastic card. This is a great payoff in the end, but this card is a little bit slow. So sometimes, this is about karmic justice, right? That what we invest in, we get out of it and then some, right? So whatever we put in, we get out. So I feel like there's this pathway to get there. He has to be I think the path has to be mapped out completely, like how this is going to happen, how this transition is going to happen. And knowing that there is an investment in getting this that is going to pay off in the end. But you have to invest time, energy, all of those things. So that can mean working at the day job and going to school at night, or that can be working at the day job and planning this in the evening. So there is some kind of investment in it that will then pay off later. So I think, as your guides were saying, it is something that is going to take some time. You have planted an amazing seed. Now it is really his job primarily, and a little bit your job, to nurture that seed. But he has to be clear about it before he will really be invested in it and wanting to do the work to get there. I hope that makes sense to you. And yeah, so yeah, you can get there, but just take it step by step. Is there a message coming up? No? Okay. Let's do your Mickey Magic Oracle. Let me find one for you. Hold on. Yeah, if there's any. That one's a good one. Let's see what else. Mm-hmm. 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 I think I found the one, but let me see. Oh, this is a good one. Successful career. Didn't see it. I just saw this one. Okay. So this is the successful career. Lots to think about. Yeah. Yeah. Successful career sigil. It says underneath, happy working environment, pay rises. Oh, it's so British. I think she's Australian. Pay rises and promotions. Successful career. I don't know if these show up reversed for you, or if I show up if this looks backwards to you or forwards. This one you want to flip it, I guess, if it's backwards. But it's not symmetrical, and it's asymmetrical. So yeah. Successful career. Look at that sigil. Work with that sigil. Take a screenshot or go back to the video recording of this and take a screenshot, and then work with this. Yeah. So good things about the career plan, but yeah, I think it's something that's going to take a minute. So your guides were saying, to make that change, there needs to be a plan in place. All right. So next we have Beverly and then Hilda. If you'd like to get a reading, let's make a couple of announcements and then we'll get to Beverly. Hold on. Let me do that. We got some good things coming up at the Parlor of Wonders. All right. We just talked about that. Brand new. We just dropped it. The Leo New Moon Lion of Pride spell. This is a beautiful spell for working with the energy of the Leo New Moon. It's perfect for boosting your self-confidence, calling forth your best, most empowered self, moving into roles of leadership, inviting courage into your life, inviting that self-assured energy. This is the Leo New Moon Lion of Pride spell. It's a big, beautiful, three-dimensional lion. It's big. It's bigger than a softball. It's really big. So this spell can help you embrace your true self, attract positive energy, and radiate confidence. This beautiful beeswax lion candle is only available as part of this new moon spell kit, and you have to get it before it goes away forever. It is a new moon spell kit. You can get it in the new moon spell kit, which has all the directions and all the ingredients you need. All you need is a tray and a pen and matches. Everything else is provided. You can get that spell kit exactly as it is with everything you need. And a workshop with me where you learn how to put it together and you learn a lot more detailed information about the herbs and the oils and the colors that we're using. The New Moon Spell Group's the New Moon Group spell service is where I do this spell for you. I do this candle for you, and you don't have to do anything except if you want. You can show up and watch as I light your candle and join in that way. So if you can't do the candle, you're going to be traveling, or otherwise you have some other reason that you can't do a candle at home, you can have me do it for you in the New Moon Group spell service. This spell is available through July 11th. It closes on July 11th, midnight at July 11th. So you have a little less than a month, about a little over 3 weeks. And then our new moon is on July 24th. You just go to newmoonspells.com and sign up. And you can also subscribe to the New Moon Spell Kit or the workshop or the spell service and get a discount and join me every month for a beautiful spell. We've got some, speaking of beautiful spells, we've got some amazing new spell candles at the Parlor of Wonders. We're dropping new spell candles like it's going out of style. We got so many candles and they're amazing. They're gorgeous. All beeswax candles, of course, the Parlor of Wonders. Beeswax is so good for your health, the air. It's good for the bees. I've got 3 beehives in my backyard and I'm adding the beeswax to our big vat of wax. So you're getting some pretty magical wax in your candle. The Beeswax All-Seeing Eye Pyramid Spell Candle is for attracting strong and solid protected energy, especially protected energy when it comes to your finances and money. So if you want to do a money spell, this is like similar to our pyramid candle, but it's smaller. It's about, I'd say it's about 4 inches tall. So it's easy to burn as a quick spell. It will burn in a day for sure, and a beautiful candle. You can get it in all the colors, of course. But the green one is great for growth and money and growing your prosperity. So beautiful candle for that. We also have, I went to the wrong screen. Oh, look at that. Yes, there's our new candles in the QR code. We also have the Beeswax Raven Magic Spell Candle. Beautiful raven candle. Can be used for gaining knowledge and wisdom, for intelligence, also for protective energy. Such a beautiful spell candle. We've got the Beeswax Squirrel of Abundance Spell Candle, which is about building your abundance and prosperity, especially wealth and long-term wealth. Beeswax Equinox and Solstice Spell Candle. Yes, our summer solstice is coming up. This is a phenomenal candle if you want to set an intention, whether that intention is for love, money, health, protection, whatever it is that you want for the season, right? So this is why this is the equinox and solstice. The equinoxes and the solstices are the definitive date that begins the season. So summer solstice begins on June 21st, usually around June 21st. I don't know what it is this year exactly. But then you can set this candle for this next 3 months, do a spell for the next 3 months. Beautiful thing to do. We have our Beeswax Hand of Fate spell candle, which is for shifting your fate. So if you have been dealing with long-term issues that you'd like to turn around, this is a beautiful candle for that. Our Elegant Swan candle, such a sweet candle, beautiful candle for partnerships of all kinds, friendships, family, loved ones, and of course, romance and partnerships and marriage as well. So this beautiful Elegant Swan candle can be used in spells for that. I recommend using this candle like a pair because swans pair up. So get 2 candles of the Beeswax Elegant Swan, one to represent you, one to represent the people around you or the person around you that you want to do this spell for. But it's a lovely, beautiful, gentle, and very powerful spell candle. All of these candles can be found by clicking on that QR code or going to parlorofwonders.com and clicking on new arrivals and view all. All right, let's get back to the readings. We'll have some more announcements on things coming up, but I want to get to Beverly's reading and Hilda's reading. If you'd like a reading, all you have to do is go to PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. Super Chat's the button down below that looks like a dollar bill. Venmo and PayPal, you'll find at the top of the chat or in these QR codes that the Love Witch is so kindly putting to the side. So Beverly says, Beverly's paid for 2 cards, a 2-card reading. So is working with Candy on my upcoming retreat going to lead to the most transformational burlesque retreat in San Francisco, fall of 2026? Oh my gosh, I love a transformational burlesque retreat. That sounds amazing. Now I just need to know, is both of the questions of which you will be able to answer this week, both questions of this question going to be a 2-card reading or 1-card reading? Do you want to let me know in chat or let me know? Okay, so there's going to be 2 questions. All right, great. Second question. Thank you. You did tell me that, and I didn't see it said second question. So, all right, so let's see what we've got for Beverly for the retreat, and then we have another question coming up. I love the transformational burlesque retreat. I mean, dance is a powerful magic. If you want to see somebody that uses dance and magic, Laura Tempest Zakroff does belly dance, and she incorporates witchcraft and belly dance, mixes them together. It's really pretty amazing. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful dancer, amazing witch, wonderful human. Oh, I love it. You know what card? This is really good. Working with Candy is going to be amazing. The Magician card shows up. There's nothing. Look at. I don't know who that is. Is it Josephine Baker? It's a dancer for sure. I mean, she's a dancer. Look at that. As above, so below. So magician card represents manifestation. If we can envision it, we can create it. And so I love this idea that Candy is helping you to make your vision a reality. This is absolutely going to be an amazing what you're envisioning. So I would work really hard with your partner or partners about thinking and imagining what this is going to be and really giving it life, really giving it this um, like really beautiful vision that you put forth. Like, I think you are right on the money when you say, I want a transformational burlesque retreat, because that's visionary. You're not just saying, I want to get together and I want there to be 20 people there. This is very sort of practical things. And of course you can have those things in it but it's so magical. I love it, right? My gosh, that card is perfect, right? But this is manifesting and really creating an empowered vision and bringing it into reality. So I think this is the perfect partner for you. This is really wonderful. And just, I would say, communicate the vision, right? This is part of what a visionary person does, is to share the vision. When we think about visionaries, right? People who I think there are so many great examples. I'm going to give you one example, right? In If you know about the Findhorn community in Scotland, Findhorn is an intentional community that started from nothing, and they believed in law of attraction back then, called New Thought. It's still called New Thought, but most people talk about law of attraction now rather than New Thought. They built this on those principles of new thought and law of attraction. And they built amazing big community that has worldwide influence, and so many beautiful things have come out of Findhorn. It's really, really a beautiful place. So that is a visionary thing. When you're like, I have this a vision of something, I have this vision of an intentional community, I envision this place where people are going to hang out. It's visionary. You're not there yet. You don't even know how you're going to get there, but you're holding the vision. And I think that is what this card represents. It's so much. It's like, if you hold the vision of what you want and the completed project, you will find the path to get there. Absolutely. 100%. We're going to treat them like queens and remind them how powerful they are. I just love that. I love that so much. Oh my gosh, transformational. This is such beautiful, Beverly. This is such healing work, really, because what does I know I'm telling you what you already know. You wouldn't have created this without knowing this, which is our culture and our world are always telling us, whoever we are, that we're not enough, we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not smart enough, we're not talented enough. It's constantly telling us that, right? That's what our world does to us. And I think in particular for women, it can be really hard to match up with these, especially young women. Older women, I think, can navigate it a little bit better. Crohn's can navigate it. I'm good with who I am, more life experience, and you hopefully find that peace. But when you're young and still figuring things out, and for the world to be telling you you're not pretty, you're not good enough, you're not, talented enough, this is this antidote to that you're creating. It's so beautiful. I love that. So absolutely gorgeous, beautiful card for that. So love it, love it, love it. Let me give you a sigil for that. Let me give you a sigil. Oh, this is perfect. Got the perfect sigil for you. The festival. creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic event. Could that be any more perfect? Oh my gosh, look at that. So take a screenshot of that, or, you can go back to the video, take a screenshot of that and start working with that sigil to make your event amazing. But your event's got so much good wind in the sails. My gosh, it can't be anything but amazing, but you can give it a little more juice. Have a beautiful sigil to work with. I love that. Okay. Next question. Let's get to that one. My new assistant, Toddy, is this partnership beneficial and healing for both of us? Yes. Okay, let's take a look and see. All right. It's really interesting because as your guides were talking to me as I was shuffling, sometimes spirit guides talk to me and they tell me, sometimes they talk, sometimes they don't, it's like whatever happens. Sometimes they say, oh, there's a channel. And what they were telling with me is Teddy is going to be with you for a while, and then she's going to, there's going to be this growth that happens for you, and then she's going to go on to other things, right? So that's what I see here. Exactly the exact same message comes through in the cards, which is 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups energy is about having like an amazing experience, but then at some point, she's going to want to branch off. She's going to want to try something new. She's going to want to go on to bigger or better things or whatever. Not that it's, better isn't, is not about you or anything, the work that you're doing, but, sometimes being assistant is part of learning. And then you want to be maybe do something else, right? So I feel like this relationship is going to be fruitful. It's going to be filled with love. And then she's going to be like, I want something different, or I want something that is more, I'm in charge or something like that. So I see good things for her while she's with you, but think of it like I just saw this vision of like a little bird that you're nurturing. And then the time comes and the bird flies the nest and flies away, stretches its wing and stretches its wings and flies away. And I feel like that's going to be the situation here, but it will be one of the things that I will say with 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups always leaves an open door. This isn't a breakup. This isn't a negative breakup or anything like that between the two of you. The door is always open, meaning you'll be friends, things will be good, that it will be growth that happens. And then it's time for another season and time for someone else to come in and be your assistant. And it's time for her to go on to other dreams and other things. Yeah. So she is like a wanderer and an explorer too. So yeah, so enjoy this wonderful partnership and know that at the end, the door will be open. The parting will be maybe bittersweet because you'll miss each other and working together, but you're also going to work beautifully together. And then, it's going to be for a season, when I say a season, I don't mean literally a season, but like, there's going to be a season of this working together, and then she's going to fly the nest and then she'll come back and visit you. You'll still be friends. All will be well. So it's interesting when this card shows up with job, it often has like parting on good terms, right? Parting with the door open so that you could always come back. If you needed to come back, she could always come back if she needed to come back. That's what I feel like. That is a good parting, right? Where you're just on to new things, and that's where it is, right? All right, let's see about the partnerships. What do we have for that? Let's see. That could be good. Let's see. All right, hold on. Okay, this is a good one. Perfect one for this, actually. This is happy love. A joyful, stable partnership and good friends. Like, this is a great partnership, a loving, helpful, beautiful partnership, good friendship, great one to bring in. Happy love, loving energy between you and your assistant. I love that. Sweet. So bring that one in um, for that partnership. Yeah, and then enjoy it as it is. And then I have wonderful people that I worked for that I'm still good friends with. I mean, one of my oldest friends was my boss. I worked at Nana punk rock store back in the 80s. It was the early 80s. And when I was 20 years old, and we're still great friends. I just saw her the other weekend. She came to my party. I had a party. So we still great friends. So it's like one of those situations where you're still loving friends and good friends and all of that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Beverly, thank you so much. Your words are so powerful and I love your everything. Thank you. And thank you for being here. And I'm so excited for your transformational burlesque. I support it with so much loving energy that is going to be so amazing. And your card could not be more beautiful. Yeah. So love that. All righty. So next comes Hilda, then Helen, then Mel. Let's do Hilda. And then then we'll have Helen and Mel. Hilda, any message? Been going through a mini existential crisis. Oh my goodness, Hilda. All right, let's see what we've got for you. We'll do a card and then we'll also do a sigil for you. Are you guys loving this Making Magic Oracle? It's so, I mean, I'm just in love with this deck. I think it's so powerful and beautiful and it's super special deck. I very much recommend it if you like doing magic and you like working with sigil magic. So, all right. So let's see what you have for your mini existential crisis. We will get you sorted out here. With the tarot will fix everything. I'm laughing because tarot is just a map. You have to still do all the work. It's just the roadmap. You still got to drive the car, right? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is what you need. This is the solution, Hilda. Four of Swords. That beautiful card. This is about consciously taking a break. You need a break. You need to take a break. You need to have some stillness. You need to have some peace and calm. I don't know what the thing is that is going on around you, but this is a card of taking time in stillness to replenish and to hold the vision of what you want to create. What is it that you want in your life? What is it that you vision in your life? To do that, you need to have a break. I almost want to say it might be a break from screens, looking at the news, looking at social media, looking at these things that can really activate us. And you might want to just take a little bit of a break from it. Like do something else that is not a screen. I mean, I'm a big advocate of like, hey, play a video game instead of watching the news, or if it starts to make you feel defeated, right? But here I feel like I wouldn't even say play a video game in this situation. I think you need to have a break, like a really nourishing break from screens. Now, you might have to use it for your work or that, but the part that is your free time, right? Read a book. Go to a movie theater and watch a movie instead of watching one on your TV or at home. Meditate. Go for a walk. Go out in nature. Play with your pets. Go out with your friends. Do something that doesn't involve screens. It's going to be so nourishing for you. So I know I'm defeating my own thing but I think you need to do that. Try it for 3 days. See how you feel at the end of 3 days. If you feel better, continue. Do things that are not looking at screens. I'm really getting that message for you. Four of Swords is about being in peace, in stillness. And I don't think it necessarily has to be like, it could be getting a massage. It doesn't have to be like being in complete stillness or even being in meditation or yoga or something like that, although those things are all good. It can be being with loved ones, being with friends and family, being in joyful situations. Absolutely, 100%. But I feel like there's a real good thing that's going to come for you from taking a break from screens for 3 days. Just do things that are real in this world. And then it's going to you're going to get some mental peace. That's what you're looking for right now. And Four of Swords is about mental peace. Absolutely. All right, let's look at a sigil for you. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what I got for you. Let's see what I got. Hold on. I know this part is boring because I have to look through the cards, you guys. I'm really sorry. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all. See, it helps to have a co-host, somebody that can talk while you're doing something. Oh, this is good. This is exactly the one you need. This is breaking bad habits. Now, I'm not saying you have a bad habit, but it's about shifting the energy, changing that. So it's not necessarily that screen time is bad time, but it's time to like break that and do something different. So it says self-acceptance and excellent mental health. That's the part that I like. Oh my gosh. And excellent mental health is a good thing to strive for. So breaking bad habits, self-acceptance and excellent mental health. So here's your sigil. Take a screenshot or go back to the video and take a screenshot or just take a picture with your phone and then copy the sigil on a candle. You can carve it into a candle onto a piece of paper and carry it with you as you do this shift and this change of having a little break, a mental break, so that you can just be at peace, right? Such a beautiful thing to bring in. Love it. Okay. There we go. We have a sigil for everything in the Making Magic Oracle. I'm telling you. All right. Let's see. We have Helen and Mel coming up next. Let me give you a little bit of announcements before we get to Helen and Mel to tell you what's going on. We've got in 1 week, Write Your Book Witch workshop series. We've got a great, amazing group of people who are going to be writing with me, and I want you to be part of this group. The Write Your Book Witch workshop series starts next Sunday, June 22nd. It is for you. If you have a feeling like you'd like to take on the challenge of writing a book, or you have something that you'd love to share, or you'd like to learn about. I mean, part of what happens when you write a book is you learn things. I mean, that is a big part of it. So if you want to learn more about something and write a nonfiction book, you can turn it into a reality. Join me for a 5-week book writing class and learn how to go from idea. You don't even have to have an idea, because we're going to talk about how to come up with ideas, to your finished manuscript. And it will build your confidence as an author. Each workshop will be recorded and will run approximately 90 minutes, and it will be followed by an optional 60-minute writing session. Publish Your Book Witch is the follow-up workshop, and that starts August 3rd. So if you take the Write Your Book Witch bookshop, you will have everything you need, 1 chapter and a table of contents done by the end, and you will be able to start with the Publish Your Book Which series, which talks about how to get published. Whether we're going to talk about traditional publishing, hybrid publishing, self-publishing, all of those options, and you're going to choose the option that feels right to you. This starts on August 3rd. If you take the write your book which workshop and go through those 5 weeks, you can take the follow-up workshop, Publish Your Book Which. If you are already working on a book on your own, and you have one chapter and a table of contents written, you are ready to go to Publish Your Book Which. That starts on August 3rd. So that's all you need to start that process of being published. So if you want to find out more, go to writeyourbookwhich.com or publishyourbookwhich.com, or type those words in. If you go to Parlor of Wonders, it will take you to the page. We've got some amazing workshops coming up. Our full moon workshops take place around the full moon. And our next one is in July, is working with animal offerings and altars. In August, we'll be talking about mastering curse reversals. September is animal psychic communication. October is mastering success magic. November is animal familiar spells, and December is the dark magic of winter. Subscribe and you can save 25% off the a la carte price for these workshops. Just go to fullmoonworkshops.com and you can find out more, sign up for the ones you want, or get that subscription going. Our Slavic Sundays workshops take place on the first Sunday of the month, generally, although I have 1 month that's going to be second Sunday because I'm going to be out of town. So July 6th is Voda, Slavic water magic. August 3rd is Vili Visk, Slavic wax pouring. September 14th, not September 7th, September 14th, I'm going to be out of town September 7th. So September 14th, we're going to be doing Vishivanki, Slavic talismanic embroidery. And October, it's going to be Old Slavic spirits. November is Myth and Magic of Baba Yaga. And December is Jivi Von, Slavic living fire magic. You can subscribe to these workshops also and save 25%. Go to witchcraftworkshops.com and you can find out more. Write reviews and win. If you write reviews on the Parlor of Wonders website, you are automatically entered in our monthly giveaway. For every written review, you'll automatically be entered into our monthly giveaway for a $100 Parlor of Wonders gift certificate. You can use it for readings. You can use it for services. You can use it for product, whatever you want. You can leave as many reviews as you want, and each one will get you an additional entry into that month's giveaway. We randomly pick a winner each month and send them a gift certificate. Our May winner was Aurelia S. Congratulations, Aurelia. And if you want to find out more, you can just leave reviews on the products that you've purchased. But if you want to read everything that I've talked about here, go to magicgiveaway.com and that will take you to the page about that. The Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars is out now. This is my latest and greatest book. You can follow me on Amazon, leave reviews on Amazon or Goodreads, tell how the book transformed you. You can also post a video review on Amazon. If you do purchase this book or have purchased this book, you get a free on-demand workshop. Just go to animalfamiliars.com to find out how to get your free on-demand workshop. And I want to remind everyone, if you want a custom spell kit by the Love Witch, if you want to do a candle spell but don't know what herbs, oils, or candles to pick, you can get a curated custom spell kit made for just your intentions. Just go to custom-spells.com to order. All right, that is the end of my announcements. Let's get back to our readings. So next we have Helen and then we have Mel. Wonderful. And if you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is go to the links at the top of the chat where it says PayPal and Venmo. You can make your donation, or go to that QR code. You can make your donations on Venmo or PayPal or Super Chat. Super Chat is the button down below that looks like a dollar sign. Make your donations there, then come back over here, go into the chat, let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is, and then you can get a reading too. Helen says, hello, Madam Pamita. One card reading on PayPal. Thoughts for career, work, income for this week. All right, let's take a look at that. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, I love it. Thoughts are indeed on the menu. Ace of Swords energy. Ace of Swords is a card about new, fresh ideas, new thoughts. I feel like, and also new pathways, right? So I feel like that this week is a great idea to brainstorm some ideas about career, some changes in career, how to improve career. So I would, and how to bring in more money and bring in more income. This is a really good time for really thinking logically about it. Remember, the swords suit of swords represents that logical side of our brain, our thoughts, our ideas. It also represents our expression, asking for what it is that we want, right? Asking for what it is that we want. And I mean, in this situation, asking the universe for what it is that you want, but you need to be clear about what you want. Swords also represent that clarity and good boundaries and all of that. So I really feel like with this this trio of career, work, and income, you might want to think and reflect on career, get very clear about what it is that you want to manifest, what you see that could be improved and how it could be improved, and then ask the universe for those opportunities to come your way. You also need to ask other people. So if you want to make a career change, or you want a promotion, or you want a raise, it's time to ask. I mean, that's a big message of the Ace of Swords, is initiating and asking for what you need as well. So you might want to ask for that improvement. Maybe it's a transfer to a different part of your company, or it's asking for having that raise that you want, or that promotion that you want. Or maybe it's asking the universe for a better job, working for a better company, or a better work situation. And then, of course, asking for the abundance that you want. But I really feel like it's like getting clear in your mind and being direct and asking is very key for you. All right, let's find you a beautiful sigil for working with this. I mean, air is a great one because that's the element of the Ace of Swords. I think that's the one you need to work with. Very simple, very straightforward. Air, it says, work with the element of air to see the truth. Work with the element of air to see the truth. This is really about communication, good boundaries, having that clarity, and asking for what it is that you need as well. So let's work with the element of air. In addition to this, I mean, another thing you can do to work with the element of air, besides working with the sigil, is to go out and experience the air outside, the winds, the breezes. Notice the breezes, pay attention. I mean, oftentimes, unless it's like a big windstorm, we don't pay attention to the breezes and the direction that the wind is flowing, but really get into that connection to air, connection to the wind, connection to that air and its movement, because you want some movement in these areas. And like connecting to that energy can be really powerful. I mean, very powerful element of air. So let's work on that, connecting to that out in nature as well. So good. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Element of air. Okay. Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you. All right, Mel. Mel is 15 cards. Oh my gosh, Mel, thank you again. I want to thank everybody that has been here and shown up and made your wonderful, amazing, generous donations. Devon, Jessica, Beverly, Hilda, Helen, Mel, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you to the regulars. Thank you to those that pop in every once in a while. Thank you to the first timers that have been here. We're so grateful to you. So, all right, let's take a look at your questions. Love Witch, can you let me know how many total questions? 9 questions. Okay, great. So we'll look at all 9 of those. We'll go one by one, and then the last one we'll use all the rest of the cards on. So great. Thank you so much. All right, let's shuffle these cards. So grateful to all of you being here. So grateful for your generous donations. We're able to help so many seniors throughout the years that we've been doing this because of your generosity. You know, we show up and do readings, but you guys show up and make the donations. Everybody wins. Everybody wins in this situation. Absolutely. Isn't that a lovely thing? I get to hang out with you guys, which is awesome. Get to do readings for you, which is awesome. You guys get readings, which I hope are awesome. I don't know. Maybe you think I'm a crappy reader, but I guess you wouldn't keep coming back if you thought that. And then we get to have this time together, and then we have fun together. We have this very joyful experience, and we also help to feed people, which is just a very, very powerful thing. All right. So let's take a look at these first 4 questions. All right. All right, first question. Um, Mel says, hi, everyone. Hello, Mel. First question is, should you have the organizer come Monday or not? The Justice card is the card that shows up for that question. You might want to delay. You might want to have the organizer come a later time this week. Monday might be a busy day, or it might not be the ideal day. So it seems like Justice card is always, it's not really a delay card, but it's like I would say a delayed gratification card. So it's like if you put it off a day or two or three, or even into the latter part of the week, I don't think you need to go beyond that. You'll have a better, more productive day. So if Monday isn't ideal, and you're questioning it, this is a great card to say, well, you can put it off to later in the week and you're going to be fine. This is a card of having great results, but sometimes those results are a little bit slower. And that's why I sense that the answer to that question is, you can extend it out a little bit and not do it on Monday. Will someone put a close sign up for me Monday or this week? Well, the Ace of Swords is a yes. This is a card which is saying that a yes, and this is fast. So this seems like Monday, early in the week, you're going to get that close sign. So I feel like this is going to be up pretty quickly, and this is definitely a yes that you'll get that sign put up. Will the Thursday meeting please cancel? I think with the Five of Cups showing, the meeting is not canceled. For the Thursday meeting is not canceled. Five of Cups is disappointment. You didn't get what you wanted, but you'll get it eventually. Like whatever it is that you're wanting, you'll ultimately get it. But at this immediate stage, in this thing, the Thursday meeting doesn't look like it'll be canceled. I think that you're going to have to sort of just have that maybe tolerance of that meeting. But then it may not be that they meet every week or however often, because I do see a good outcome in the future. But right now, the immediate outcome is not like the one that you want. So just look forward to a good future with them not coming around. But yeah, this Thursday meeting is going to probably go on, and having that tolerance of it. You know what I would suggest, Mel? If that meeting is going on Thursday, make a plan for Thursday that you're going to go do something really fun and good for yourself away from wherever that meeting is, so that you're not around when that meeting is happening. If that's possible, if you don't have to be there, maybe you have to be there at the meeting, then I guess all bets are off. But if you don't have to be part of that meeting, it's not something you need to be around for. You can take off, or maybe you can mentally check out during the meeting if you have to be there. Daydream, I would go to boring meetings and I would doodle. I would doodle in my book. I'd draw pictures and, sort of let my mind wander. So if you have to be at the meeting on Thursday, if you have to be at the meeting, you can let your mind take a vacation. But if you don't have to be at that meeting, then get away from that meeting and be somewhere else that is joyful to you, right? Something enjoyable and pleasurable. Is it safe to move the chairs on Monday? It's interesting because the illusion is that you will not be able to move the chairs, but you actually can move the chairs on Monday. Eight of Swords is like illusionary, being bound in some way, but it's an illusion. So for some reason, you don't think you can move the chairs on Monday, or you don't think it's safe or something like that, but you actually can. The Eight of Swords is saying you can. So don't get thwarted or get misdirected by someone telling you can't, or the feeling that you can't, or something, because you can do it. All right, let's look at the next questions. If Thursday meeting will it be outcome that I am happy with? Okay, let's take a look at that. Oh boy, that Thursday meeting sucks. I'm telling you. My gosh. Devil card is showing up. That Thursday meeting, if the Thursday meeting will be an outcome that I'm happy with, Devil card. You're dealing with the devil here. I don't think this is probably any new news to you. It's a power struggle. So here's how you deal with the devil, right? You outwit the devil, right? In every story where there's a devil, and you have to kind of trick the devil to get the better of the devil, right? So I think it's like, how do you make a deal with the powers that be? Now, if you confront head on, that is not going to work out well. Like confrontation with devil energy will be then a power struggle, which you don't want. You don't want to have a power struggle. It will zap your energy. It will drain you. It's not good. It will frustrate you. It will become, just it will take away your energy, and you don't want to take away your energy. So what you have to do is trick the devil, right? How do you trick the devil? You make something that is so enticing, but then has a loophole that they don't know about. So, in a sense, like you let them think they're getting their way, but you get your way. But it sounds like they're getting their way. I think about like the dumbest analogies coming up. Do you remember that song that came out in the 70s? It was super popular called The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And there's a guy who's a fiddler, and he and the devil have a fiddling contest, but the devil doesn't know he's like the guy is like the best fiddler in the world. And then the guy wins, and then the devil has to go away and doesn't get his soul, or whatever the story is that it goes. I think you have to like trick them into a situation that they think that they won, but you're getting what you want. I think about these trickster spirits. Like you have to be the trickster, and don't let them trick you. You be the trickster. Trickster energy is like a lot of times in fables and folk tales, we have trickster energy where the that they think they're getting what they want, but the trickster tricks them into doing what the trickster wants anyway, right? So think about what your aims and goals are and what you are wanting. And instead of confronting them head on, you want to trick them into getting you doing what you want them to do. So I think it's going to take a little planning on your part, but you got a few days, before then. How can you approach them with kind of sweetness or enticing energy to get your way? Right? And how can you trick them into giving you what you want? So the confrontation will not work. I'm getting that message really strong. Like you have to like make them think it's their idea, or make them think this is going to benefit them when actually it's what you want. Right? That's what it's got to be about. Remember, devil is also ego as well. So it's like there's a very egoic energy here. They have to think it's their idea, or they have to think it benefits them in some way. So that's what the trick is based on, really. Making them think they're doing themselves a favor, but really they're doing you a favor. So you got your work cut out for you with that one, because you got to come up with that plan of how you're going to trick them into doing what you want. Something else, huh? Will I find where I put the raffle tickets this week? Yes, judgment card is opening energy. You know what I would do if you put the raffle tickets someplace, or you feel like you put them someplace and they got moved, right? What I would do is there's a couple things you can do. You can work with your house spirit, right? The domovic is in Slavic magic is the house spirit, and the domovics will hide things if you're not paying attention to them. So talk to your house spirit, however you want to view it. If it's a brownie, or, just your wonderful, loving little fairies in your house, or whatever you want to call them, but work with your house spirits to help you find it. But yes, you will find it. All right. Make a little offering to them. Say, here, I'm acknowledging you. I'm giving you a little piece of cake, or I'm giving you a little cup of tea or coffee or something like that. Now, will you help me find those raffle tickets? And then you'll find them. They'll show up. It's weird. I mean, I had the craziest thing happen to me if you talk about yard spirits, house spirits. I had a little gnome in my garden. I saw the gnome had been moved. It moved to the back, kind of like by the back wall. So I was putting this new little display. I had these, I'm telling you all about my garden. I'm sorry, guys. Indulge me for a moment. I put this little light up mushroom that like solar light that looks like a little, and it's got glass. It's really pretty. I wanted to have this little, in my fairy area of my garden, I have a little fairy garden, right? So I put these cute little mushroom lights up, beautiful glass, like, different colors, really beautiful. And then I'm like, I want to put my little gnome next to the mushroom. That gnome was gone, gone. I'm like, what the heck? I just saw the gnome there. I just saw the gnome. Did someone steal it? What happened to it? Oh my gosh. So I made a little offering to the yard spirit. I'm like, did the gnome run away? Can the gnome please come back? And the next day, I'm saying, I can't find that gnome. And my son's like, it's right there. And it was there. And I swear to you, I looked in that place the day before. It was so crazy. Spirits can make things disappear and reappear. It is wild. It is wild that they can do. So work with your house spirits to find those raffle tickets and you'll be okay. No. So next question. Postal sent me a text saying delivered parcel to locker. I have no locker. Did I get this package? I think that this Five of Pentacles shows up. I think that text is not a real text. I think that's a scam text and not a real text. So I would contact, like, if you have that email that shows your delivery, I do not think that email is real. Five of Pentacles is saying they're trying to scam you. There's some kind of scam going on there. So you have no locker. There's no reason that Postal Service would deliver to a locker. Postal Service doesn't deliver to lockers, by the way. Amazon delivers to lockers, but Postal Service doesn't deliver to lockers. So I would be very, very wary of that. And the Five of Pentacles, maybe they're trying to scam you out of money, So I wouldn't interact with that text message. Or if you did, change all the passwords or do all the things you have to do to protect whatever information you shared with them, because that's something's really off about that. All right. Questions 8, 9, 8, and 9. Will it be okay to go to this place I went to a long time ago to get the iPad fixed? What's a good day to go? Okay, let's look at a couple cards for that one. Yeah, the place is fine. Okay, I'm pulling the cards for a second one. The moon card is saying, like, you can trust them, go forward with it. They're helpful. In terms of the day to go, let me take a look at, you know what? I'm going to take a look at the moon energy right now because I want to see by the moon, because moon card is showing up. I wish I had my phone with me. It's the other room. I have a great app called Deluxe Moon. Moon is in what sign today? Let's see. If I can take a look. Okay. So it's in Aquarius now. And let's see, what's a good, well, Aquarius is actually good, but that is, tomorrow. If you can go tomorrow, Aquarius is great for electronics, and moon is still in Aquarius. So I would take it in Monday. That's the best day. Second best day would be Thursday or Friday, which is Aries. But if you can take it on Monday, that is really good for electronics. So that's what I would recommend. All right. Now let's look at the rest of your week. How is the week going to go? Let's take a look and see. All right. So we have first card is the Knight of Cups. I love Knight of Cups. I think this is a week where you're going to have good people around you that are loving and helpful, that are going to come to your aid. When we think of the knights, like, knights are rescuers, knights are helpers. So I really see this Knight of Cups as someone who's very loving, very caring, and wants to help you. So there's a good person showing up early on in the week that is going to be helpful to you and is genuinely caring and is really coming from a very sincere heart place. It could be romantic, but it could be just loving friendship. Somebody who really cares about you is ready to help you and help you in all these things that are going on. Second card for this week is the Magician card. It's a great week for manifestation if you have your vision of what it is that you want and bringing that into reality. Magician card is like as above, so below. If you can dream it, you can have it, you can do it. So I would also focus this week on what vision you want to have and like visioning the positive things that you want to bring in, giving lots of energy to those things and really working your manifesting magic for sure. Um, the Lovers card shows up, which is the card of partnership, of course, love, partnership, and romance, and all of that. But it's all kinds of partnerships. Again, another card about good people around you, partners that are there, and equal partners that you complement each other's energy. So this could be that person that's the organizer who really is a great partner in the organization process. It could be other people who come around that are great partners in other ways. But I do see good people around you this week, big time. We also have the Hierophant energy. Hierophant is about bringing in knowledge, spiritual wisdom, and traditional wisdom. So this could be a great week for you to study some kind of spiritual path or magic or whatever it is that you want to study, learning from people. It could be taking classes. It could be reading a book. It could be lots of things, but you're learning and you're learning to enhance your spiritual practice, to enhance your spiritual knowledge, but particularly looking back at traditional pathways, things that have been done for hundreds of years, thousands of years. That's a good place for you to go this week. Sun card energy, despite all that Thursday meeting drama and brouhaha, we have the Sun card, which is joy and happiness and carefree energy. Mel says, yeah, for sure, that meeting, yuck. Yes, know that song. I love the known story. I know, the devil went out the door. You got to trick the devil. That's what you got to do. Okay, so sun energy, joyful, happy energy this week. Also, it's a great week for you to be popular. I mean, that's not surprising. You have a lot of loving, energy of people around you. So it's a good time for you to go out and be seen in some way. That's why I think if you don't have that Thursday meeting, or you don't have to be at that Thursday meeting, if you can take off and go and be in social situations, you're going to be so much happier. Sun energy is joyful, happy, carefree energy, sun, things going your way. I think this is really, really good. So apart from that weird Thursday blip, I think this is going to be a great week. Four of Pentacles is saying there's also this, this is a card that's really interesting for this week because it's like you're worried about something that isn't going to come to pass. So there are things that you're worried about that you might just want to just say, hey, it's all going to work out. I am safe. This is a card of safety. So I know that like in past weeks, you've been like, can I walk? Can I go out and do things? I think you're very, very safe, and to like release and gently release and let go of the worry for this week. Everything is going to work out ultimately. And I think you're just going to have this wonderful, hey, look at Scorpios. I think that tricky energy of the trickster works well with Scorpio energy. I don't know, Scorpios. What do you think, Love Witch? Are Scorpios, do they have trickster energy? Love Witch is sending me a private message. 100%. Right? Like, there's something kind of delightful about tricking somebody that's trying to get the upper hand, So I think there can be a lot of joy in that. But Four of Pentacles is saying absolutely safe this week. All is well this week. Money is safe. Health is safe. Body is safe. Material possessions are safe. All is well. And so that you can release some of that worry and go out for some of that fun and joy and happiness and playfulness and carefree energy of the sun. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Mel. Thank you so much. Let me give you a beautiful sigil to work with. What's going to be a great one? I want you to have a really good one that talks. Oh, this one is good. When we talk about that gnome energy and talking about your house spirits, I mean, this is really, really good for anything. This says fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies to achieve your goals. My gosh, beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous sigil to work with the fairies to achieve your goals. At least you can at least find that those raffle tickets, but maybe even activate some other things, good things in your life. I love fairy magic. It's so beautiful. So that might be also that traditional wisdom that you're learning. You're working with the fairies, which they're really old. They're older than us. So yeah. Absolutely. So beautiful working with that fairy magic. Well, thank you so much, you guys. This has been a wonderful, wonderful session. Let's see how much, and tricksters too. Yeah, the fairies are tricksters too. Great. Love what you said that. That's a great reminder, like working with the fairies to get, to trick the, the Thursday meeting people. I love it. They can really help you and assist you with that. No wonder I was attracted to that one for you. So let's see. We raised 160, 170, 180, 190, 230, 280. You guys are so awesome. I want to say a big thank you again to Devon, Jessica, Beverly, Hilda, Helen, and Mel. We raised 260. Is that what I said? 260? Is that what I said? I don't know. Whatever I said. I'm tired. I can't remember. I want to thank you for being here in the background and making sure all that went well, because I am really, when I try and do it all myself, it's not that good. It really isn't that good. It's good to have a producer. Love Witch is my producer. Love Witch is my right hand in everything, and I love her so much. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us here. You're also my right hand, because if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be able to raise these funds for these seniors in Ukraine. And so I'm grateful to you, and I'm grateful to be just hanging out with you and having fun. We'll be back again next week at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central. Oh, it's 280. Sorry, thank you. 280, not 260. We'll be back here next Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We'll hang out as long as you guys want readings. Next week, maybe the Love Witch will have a cup of coffee and she'll have the energy. She didn't have it today. And I would never recommend drinking coffee late at night, because then you can't go to sleep. So, but you'll have a cup of coffee earlier in the evening. A frappuccino. That's what I want for you, a frappuccino. All right, everybody. Thank you again so much for joining us here. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, everybody.